Welcome to the creepiest and most terrifying podcast you listen to. This is the Cursed Podcast. Today's story is titled The Revenge of a Witch in Querétaro. This story, in addition to being a real testimony, where we tell in the first person so that the emotions are even more intense. This happened approximately 15 years ago in the state of Querétaro in a community near Santa Rosa Jauregui. At the time I was the mother of two young people, one of 18 and the other of 15. Unfortunately for me at that time, I had to work almost all day to be able to support them and for them to continue studying science there. Father had left for the United States due to airlines. United and we never heard from him again. I don't know if he who's for good used her good lost the border. Will going back to the story as I thought to. At the time I had to work almost all day cleaning house and the truth is that I had been leaving since 6 in the morning and returned almost united 7 and 9 so I hardly saw my children. But it was not worried since they were used to being alone. Almost all day long, they were good kids. Went to the school and helped me clean the house and every a very close family. Happy I remember that also the time I met a woman. She became my boss because to the recommendation from my work, she sent me to call. She wanted me to help her cleaning her home to the street was a very large place in one of the most exclusive areas of Querétaro. At first, I did not want to because he told me that to help me to go job, the net me to very tall all day at my house. My entry would be at 8 in the morning and I will leave at the 6 in the afternoon and while I was several, it was impossible for me to work for clients and two times but they offered to pay me double what I was earning at that time and his side driver who pick me and take me home in the afternoons. I was completely my dream job so I did not talk about it more in accepted. My employer only asked me that I should have a lot privacy with what has happening at the her house since my import people visit her because of he were and is something out there it could go very badly or up. Obvious when I heard her say that the truth was that it made me very sad. Strange, but when have said that six could be badly for use. I thought they might fire me or something like that boy I was. I very wrong. Well I ended you accepted the job and I have to contact my other bosses to tell them I can no longer work with them in the afternoon. When it got time, I told my children I remember that they were very excited and be my smile. For the three of us that wow celebrity, the next day, very early, the ladies at the river was arriving waiting for me outside my house. I got in the car, his car and grabbed each other. They to make a little conversation to light up the road. But the man was very serious you could even say my route. I decided to ignore him and the three concentrated at having a good first day at work. I arrived at the house but the light was not there. The place was very nice. Entering from the left side there was a white hat. I took you from the kitchen to the hotel floor room and there was a small door that gave access to the bakery which was very large and green. There was also a room set up for me. I had a bathroom, a bed, a bureau, an armchair for one person and a small closet. I always could read and put my things in the place. I start going all my work at around 11 in the morning. I heard the lady arrive and I went to greet her. She taken me told she was going to be in her office and that people were going to be coming to visit her since she had many clients she should do it, and she had to help her receive that take back to the high waiting room, and after team a coffee, that's what I did. To this, it was a very difficult job. Simple, much easier than what I did before. In the morning, I did the cleaning of the house that did really had very treat. I was doing my job and a very western normally I very comfortable because I could go now out with my children and with them things they needed for the school. We were like this for a couple of months one day. In the last floor of my sheet, people they gonna be carrying something strange things, like black candles, herb that had not seen before, even animals. They put them in, covering them with black cloths. Despite everything, I did not say anything. The lady who just smiled at my candle and put everything in different rooms. She asked me to help her move and people to a space to look at like a consultation room. I was very from going to two rooms or even looking up. She begins to receive people. I thought that the lady was not something like psychologist. You that things was not ready for you to wait on. I also took that she was a doctor or something similar. Due to the number of people she received and they wanted everything very private one afternoon. When I was leaving, he told me that for the next day he needed my help but at night. He required that I come a little later and that I spend the night there and that I please notify my family of my absence and that I will help pay my triply. At that moment I don't know about it because I was busy raising money for my children's rare existence. We told Matt it was very important to show up in black clothing the night I got home, and told my children the next morning I took opportunity they used in the four earrings because the drive will pick me and until 3 in the afternoon I arrived at the house and once there when entered my room there's a message where the lady told me to make cleaning use usual and that I ruined the fabric's clothing which I had left on one side of the floor and that's what I did when I took everything to iron too. Everything was black. They were tunics and the fabrics were more like curtains. Even when I arrived, I asked me to help him hand them. We went into a room I don't know he went because it seemed more like an extension of the house. We found everything. We arranged some chairs. I helped him put in some very large glass candles of sometimes that they asked for the very first silver one. I was above the street. Then at night, we told my chief and Eden that could prepare dinner for me. He shall go to stay in my room and look myself in that there is nothing left for me to go. It was to forbidden. He gave me 15 minutes to cook something for myself and told me I went to my room to have dinner. While it's a heavy dinner, there's a knock on the door. It was the lady with the driver. For a moment thought I could go home, but the driver was carrying a small television. He put it in the morning in my room and told me that I could use it when they left. He thought I asked my how to take me to my house. since the driver was already there. He worried that the driver was part of his night group, and he shouted, David, the house at all. Even though my room was adjacent the entrance. I was listening what do you open and close the doors, noise made by animals like goats, and I thought I even heard children's voice. About 2 years had passed and I was already asleep with the conceivable siren of awful chill. At the moment I doubled it, but I approached to the door and I could hear several children cheering. I don't know what do you anymore. I was walking out of the room and beetling my nails because although they could be hard far away, I had the vow of saying what has happened. It occurred to me to go. I unlocked the door and decided to go. Slowly I looked at the hallway and I could not see anything. I hurried to move to lock out the kitchen door to the patio. I opened it very little because I realized that there were a lot of people as making a circle. I came very slow with a looked chair from to the bar. Then I watched in the middle there was a child whose vein where the child was sleepwalking. In fact, we was not even stirring anymore. Of its shock, I only put my hand to my own mouth, as if to isolate myself. I slowly closed the door and placed the chairs in the walls. I ran to my room. In the shock, I dozed stable and started crying. My dog now to the during a box was climbing the police because they had. Some children did up in rows, although people were wearing tunics, which I hurriedly nodded, and you could say there's for an idea. With my courage, I left the room and the walked down the wall to have the reception. Because there's telephone at the call used. I called the police and the route myself. I don't look the police arrived. I don't know have the access because I locked the boat. I heard him enter. I left the room and the mad decision to have the house. I fled wherever I could because I already ignored the house. While leaving a dance and job, nothing was left of the maiden to not even the curtains nodded. Cold, believe it would I had to leave as a best cold. I got my house the next day in mist. The day according to the police, they found nothing. And since there was one in the house, my baby, I had called that as a joke and could believe it that I be magic everything had disappeared. I even doubled myself. I thought I had imagined a bridge and that somehow suggests it itself. The dice went beyond the story looking for a gum game. Cleaning a house, I needed to continue with my life and the forgettables stopped me at that time. At the moment, I didn't know if this was truth or a lie. One night while I was making dinner, there was a knock on the door. It was a lady's driver. He was looking at me very seriously for a second, and suddenly he told me, Vignal, and you called the police. You betrayed, you prepare yourself because you are to experience the war and the left was shocking for a few minutes. You outside the house because everything that I thought was a little real. I could process everything I said that time will now. I because believe it that happened. I have faced days later paranormal things began to happen in my house. There was noise in the early morning that dismayed. They opened the doors to our rooms, the dreams, the string that flows, terrifying she lost. We had the mobile to rent somewhere else and the auto suddenly night. Happened all my own one of my children got sick, I started with an infection that they never ignored the cause and it only got worse. The infection reached the brain and they fell into coma. We no longer know what to do. One day I went out to the bathroom in the hospital, and when I was coming back, a nurse came up with me. We said they were looking for me at the reception, and taking it was some, I started looking. But the nurse told me that I was. Because when I talked to Carl, Pearl told you that you were going to experience the worst. Don't call me because you other one continues on. He went up one suddenly. I was others running. I walked to the phone. I returned to the hours where son was. The nurse stopped me home, told me that my son did. He called Henry everything. At that moment, I had attacked you suddenly. I completely compensated myself and was able to understand everything. From the death of my son to the call, it was lady's voice. I did everything for my son's funeral. I moved to another city and asked for help at the church, which a father that many people told me that he could help. The priest told me about a group to hold high mass supper at Ainet at that moment, and this is where I started. I have like my living had and a while of the laughter will not. I try to take care to my son and grandchildren and taught from that course. The course had been a great help, but this is life in constant fear of being fall. The question where is